हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू आवर यूट्यूब चैनल केशन अपडेट्स। आज हम बीजी फिफ्थ सेमेस्टर का सिलेबस अपलोड करने जा रहे हैं सभी स्ट्रीम्स के लिए और सभी सब्जेक्ट्स हम इसमें कवर करेंगे। और अगर आपको प्रीवियस ईयर पेपर बीजी फिफ्थ सेमेस्टर की चाहे तो प्लेलिस्ट ज़रूर चेक करना, उसमें हमने ऑलरेडी अपलोड किए हुए हैं। अगर हम जर्नल इंग्लिश की बात करें बीजी फिफ्थ सेमेस्टर, इसका जो पहला यूनिट है वन एक्ट प्ले, मदर्स डे, JB प्रिस्टली। यूनिट सेकंड memoir extract from the story of my life, हेलन केलर। ये था जनरल इंग्लिश का इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट एंड पॉलिसी इन इंडिया। इसका जो पहला यूनिट है इंट्रोडक्शन टू इंडियन इकोनॉमी, फीचर्स ऑफ इंडियन इकोनॉमी, इश्यूज इन ग्रोथ डेवलपमेंट एंड सस्टेनेबिलिटी, कैपिटल फॉर्मेशन, फिजिकल एंड ह्यूमन, रोल ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी एंड इंस्टीट्यूशंस इन डेवलपमेंट। Unit second, population and economic development, demographic features in India, population size and growth rates, demographic dividends, issues and challenges, population growth and economic development, urbanization. Unit third, employment, occupational structure in the organized and the unorganized sectors, unemployment open under disguised unemployment, rural and urban, post-reform employment schemes and their impact. यूनिट फोर्थ जो है इंडियन डेवलपमेंट एक्सपीरियंस, क्रिटिकल evaluation of growth, inequality, poverty and competitiveness, pre and post reforms era, saving and investment, mobilization of internal and external finance, monetary and fiscal policies, सेंटर स्टेट फाइनेंशियल रिलेशंस। ये था इकोनॉमिक्स का। नेक्स्ट, एजुकेशन इश्यूज एंड ट्रेंड्स इन कंटेम्पररी इंडियन एजुकेशन। इसका जो पहला यूनिट है सेकेंडरी एजुकेशन, ऑब्जेक्टिव्स, प्रेजेंट स्टेटस ऑफ सेकेंडरी एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूट्स, वोकेशनलाइजेशन ऑफ सेकेंडरी एजुकेशन एंड इट इज रेमेडियल मेजर्स, डी पार्ट राष्ट्रीय माध्यमिक शिक्षा अभियान रमसा। यूनिट सेकंड हायर एजुकेशन, objectives, B part present status of higher education institutes, C part problems of quality control and finances and remedial measures, D part private initiative in higher education, E part राष्ट्रीय उच्चतर शिक्षा अभियान रूसा। इसका जो थर्ड यूनिट है वुमेन्स एजुकेशन नीड एंड इम्पोर्टेंस, बी पार्ट प्रॉब्लम्स ऑफ वुमेन्स एजुकेशन एंड देयर रेमेडीज, सी पार्ट रोल ऑफ एजुकेशन इन एम्पावरमेंट ऑफ वुमेन। फोर्थ यूनिट वैल्यू एजुकेशन एंड एनवायरमेंटल एजुकेशन, ए पार्ट नीड इम्पोर्टेंस एंड डेवलपमेंट ऑफ ह्यूमन वैल्यूज, बी पार्ट एजुकेशन फॉर ह्यूमन राइट्स, सी पार्ट नेचर मीनिंग एंड इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ एनवायरमेंट एजुकेशन, डी पार्ट प्रोग्राम्स ऑफ एनवायरमेंटल एजुकेशन। नेक्स्ट, गाइडेंस एंड काउंसलिंग स्किल एनहेंसमेंट कोर्स। इसका जो पहला यूनिट है गाइडेंस एंड काउंसलिंग, फर्स्ट पार्ट concept type educational vocational personal, second part aims and basic principles, counseling, first part meaning purpose and steps, second part directive and non directive theories of counseling। सेकेंड यूनिट जो है ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऑफ गाइडेंस सर्विस, फर्स्ट पार्ट पर्पस ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, सेकंड पार्ट गाइडेंस सर्विसेज एट एलिमेंट्री लेवल, थर्ड पार्ट गाइडेंस सर्विस एट सेकेंडरी लेवल। General elective for non-psychology students, psychology foundations of psychology first। इसका जो पहला यूनिट है इंट्रोडक्शन टू साइकोलॉजी, साइकोलॉजी एज ए साइंस, origin and development of psychology including psychology in India context, perspectives, biological, psychodynamic, behavioral, cognitive, humanistic and socio-cultural। Second unit methods of psychology, experimental method, observation method, interview method and case study method। Third unit sensation and perception, sensation, meaning and nature of sensation, perception, meaning and nature of perception, laws of perceptual organization। Unit 4 learning and memory, learning means and theories, classical conditioning, operant conditioning and observational learning, memory, meaning and types, Atkinson and Hoffin and Craig and Lockhart models of memory. Discipline specific electives. First, political science, Western thought. First unit, Western thought overview. First part, features of Western thought. B part, ancient major themes. B part, modern major questions. यूनिट सेकंड जो है पॉलिटिकल साइंस वेस्टर्न थॉट का सिटीजनशिप एंड राइटर्स ए पार्ट एरिस्टोटल सिटीजनशिप बी पार्ट जॉन लोकी राइटर्स यूनिट थर्ड लिबर्टी इक्वलिटी एंड डेमोक्रेसी ए पार्ट रूसो ऑन ऑरिजिन्स ऑफ इनइक्वालिटी बी पार्ट जे.एस. मिल्स ऑन लिबर्टी एंड डेमोक्रेसी यूनिट फोर स्टेट फॉर एंड अगेंस्ट ए पार्ट हॉबीज बी पार्ट कैरल मैक्स सी पार्ट बैकुनिन discipline specific electives option second political science Indian thought thinkers and themes unit first state and Swaraj Kotlia state B part Tilak and Gandhi Swaraj unit second social justice A part B.R. Ambedkar B part R.M. Loha unit third democracy A part Jawaharlal Nehru B part J.P. Narayan unit fourth nationalism A part cultural nationalism Savarkar Jinnah C part secular nationalism Jawaharlal Nehru B part composite nationalism Azad History of India since 1947 descriptive specific electives Unit first India after independence A part legacies of colonialism and debate legacy of national movement democracy and secularism C part Indian Constitution silent features Unit second India after independence second A part linguistic reorganization of states B part major political parties 1947 to 1980 C part land reforms tenancy reforms abolition of landlordism third part Bhutan movement unit third Kashmir after 1947 A part major political developments formation of nationalist government Raja Parshad agitation dismissal of Sheikh Mohammed Abdullah Unit 4 Kashmir after 1947 second A part land reforms with specific reference to Big Land State Abolition Act 1950 B part Article 370 and Delhi Agreement C part plebiscite movement discipline specific electives option second history of world 1945 to 1992 unit first world peace formation and role of UNO B part decolonization of Asia and Africa a brief survey unit second cold war ideological roots B part non-alignment movement unit third failure of USSR economy B part emergency of USA as an economic power unit 4 neo-colonialism and introduction B part the new technological revolution discipline specific course applied mathematics methods of applied mathematics unit first plane geometry applied mathematics का यूनिट फर्स्ट है प्लेन ज्योमेट्री यूनिट सेकंड सॉलिड जियोमेट्री आप देख सकते हो सब टॉपिक्स इसमें यूनिट थर्ड डिस्क्रीट मैथमेटिक्स इसके भी सब टॉपिक्स आप देख लो यूनिट फोर्थ बोलियन अलजेब्रा ये था अप्लाइड मैथमेटिक्स का सिलेबस डिस्क्रिप्टिव स्पेसिफिक इलेक्टिव्स ऑप्शन फर्स्ट अरबिक लिटरेरी अरबिक टेक्स्ट फर्स्ट इसका जो यूनिट फर्स्ट है क्लासिकल प्रोज आप सब टॉपिक्स देख लो यूनिट सेकंड क्लासिकल पोइट्री इसके भी सब टॉपिक्स देख लो यूनिट थर्ड मॉडर्न प्रोज इसके भी सब टॉपिक्स देख लो यूनिट फोर्थ मॉडर्न पोइट्री नेक्स्ट अरबिक ग्रामर एंड ट्रांसलेशन फर्स्ट यूनिट फर्स्ट अलमिश्तिकात। सेकंड यूनिट भी आप देख लो। थर्ड भी ट्रांसलेशन ऑफ फ्रेज एंड सिंपल सेंटेंसेस अरबिक इनटू इंग्लिश एंड वाइस वर्सा। फर्स्ट पार्ट टूरिज्म, सेकंड पार्ट एजुकेशन, थर्ड पार्ट पॉलिटिक्स। यूनिट फोर्थ पैराग्राफ राइटिंग, इसके भी सब टॉपिक्स आप देख लो। नेक्स्ट डिस्क्रिप्टिव सेंट्रिक इलेक्टिव कोर्स एंथ्रोपोलॉजी, पहले एंथ्रोपोलॉजी। यूनिट फर्स्ट इंट्रोडक्शन, एम्स, ऑब्जेक्टिव्स एंड प्रॉब्लम्स। सेकंड affinities of paleontology with other disciplines, geology, earth science, and archaeology. Third subtopic, historical development of paleontology. Fourth subtopic, fossils and their preservation and process of fossilization. Unit second, first subtopic, principles of stratigraphy and correlation. Second subtopic, dating methods, relative and chronometric dating. Third, brief account of Paleopithecus and Paleopithecus. Fourth subtopic, detailed description of Australopithecus and Neanderthal man. Unit third, taxonomy and rules of nomenclature. Second, succession of life through ages with stress on. Third, Cenozoic era with reference to Pleistocene and Holocene. Fourth, extinct primates and other related animals in Pleistocene glaciation. Unit fourth, Shivalik group nomenclature, stratigraphy, fauna and flora. Second subtopic, palæanthropological significance of Shivalicus. Third subtopic, evolution of dentition with specific emphasis on primate detention. Fourth subtopic, various trends in primate evolution, continental drift, food habits, and alternative interpretation, etc. Anthropology, human growth. Unit first, introduction, concept, and basic principles of growth. Human physical growth as a primate characteristic growth process. Unit second subtopic, measurements and standards of growth. Longitudinal cross section and mixed longitudinal growth curves. Third subtopic, phases of growth, prenatal and postnatal. Fourth, stages of growth, infancy, childhood, adolescence, puberty, and senescence. Unit second, first subtopic, development process and measures of skeletal maturity. Second subtopic, mental and sexual maturity and their relationships. Third, aging process, theories of aging, morbidity, mortality relationship. Fourth subtopic, heredity and environmental influence on growth, secular trends. Unit third, body composition and human psyche. Second subtopic, introduction of various somatotyping methods. Third, Sheldon's method of somatotyping, endomorphy, mesomorphy, ectomorphy. Fourth subtopic, techniques of somatotyping and somatochart. Fourth unit, first subtopic, health and Carter modified somatotype method. Second subtopic, concept and background of somatotype components, measurements. Third, somatochart and somatotype plotting. Somatotype description index. Fourth, brief introduction of body mass index, adiposity index. Second, third option, anthropology, medical anthropology. First unit, first subtopic, medical anthropology, history, scope, perspectives, and methodology. Second subtopic, theories and applications and methods. Third subtopic, rise of medical anthropology, contributions of Akerkinith rivers. Fourth subtopic, roles of Evans, Pritchard, Benjamin, D. Paul, Forrester, Reedus, Kalniman in medical anthropology. Unit second medical system as socioculture adaptive strategies. Second, disease theory and healthcare systems, some universal in medical systems. Third, anthropological approaches to the study of human adaptation in human and disease. Fourth, medical anthropology and ecology, ecosystems and socio-cultural system, ecological interest of medical anthropology. Unit third, first chapter ecology and epidemiology of disease. Second, adaptation of disease and its distribution in human population. Third, paleontology, disease and evolution, diet and evolution. Epidemiology, ecology and development, disease of development. Unit fourth, first chapter medical pluralism, biomedicine, homeopathy, Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani, naturopathy, bathing, healing, traditional Chinese and Tibetan system of medicine, traditional and modern system of medicine, strength, weakness of traditional systems. Fourth, traditional system of different regions of Jammu and Kashmir. Dis- Discipline specific electives, computer application, database management system. First unit, introduction, characteristics of database approach, data models, database system, architecture, data independence. Second unit, entity relationship, modeling, entity types, relationships, constraints. Third unit, relation model concepts, relational constraints, relational algebra, SQL queries. Fourth, database design, mapping double model to rational database, functional dependencies, lossless decomposition, normal forms up to BCNF. Fifth unit, transaction processing, acid properties, concurrency control. Sixth unit, file structure and indexing, operations on file of unorder and order records, overview of file organization in indexing structure for file is primary index, secondary index, clustering index, multi-level indexing using B and B trees. Option second, discipline specific electives. Option second, economics, public finance. इसका जो फर्स्ट यूनिट है, इंट्रोडक्शन, ओवरव्यू ऑफ फेशियल फंक्शंस, tools of normative analysis, Pareto, efficiency, equality, and the social welfare market, failure, public good, and externalities. Unit second, taxation concept and types, canons of taxation, impact and incidence, effects of taxation, theories of taxation, psychiatric theory, benefit receive theory. Unit third, public finance issues in India, working of monetary and fiscal policies, current issues of India's tax system, GST, analysis of budget and deficits. Unit 4th, Fiscal Federalism in India, introduction and allocation of revenue resources between central and state and local finances, shortcomings of federal financing, suggestion for improvement, finance commission, functions, recommendations of recent finance commissioners. Option second, education statistics in education. Unit first, measures of central tendency. A part, measures of central tendency concepts and uses. B part, composition of mean, mode, and median. C part, raw scores and frequency distribution. D part, geographic representation of frequency distribution, polygon, and histogram. Unit second, measures of variability concept and uses. B part, computation of range, average deviation. C part, computation of QDSD. D part, concept and properties of NPC. Unit third, relative measures and correlation. A part, concept and uses of percentile. B part, computation of percentiles and percentile rank. C part, correlation concept and uses. D part, computation of correlation by rank difference methods and produce. Movement method, raw source. Unit 4, statistical techniques. A part, t-test concept and use. B part, computation of t-test uncorrelated and levels of significance. C part, chi-square concept and use. D part, computation of chi-square. Discipline specific electives. Option first, English literature, American literature. American literature unit first, Nancy Williams, The Class McNary. Unit second, Mark Twain, Adventures of Tom Sawyer. Unit third, Ernest Hemingway, From Whom the Bell Tolls. Unit fourth, Poetry, Emily Dickinson, Hope is the Thing with Feathers. Discipline specific electives. Option second, English literature, literary criticism. Unit first, literary criticism. Unit first, William Wordsworth, preface to the lyrics, ballades. Unit second, Virginia Woolf, modern fiction. Unit third, A. Richards, principles of literary criticism. Chapter first, second, and third, 34. Unit 4th, Clint books the heresy of paraphrase and the language of paradox. Discipline specific electives. Option first, functional English translation studies. Unit first, history of translation theory, a brief overview. Types of translation: partial translation, full translation, literal translation, free translation, translation, phonological translation, geographical translation, computer aided translation, machine translation. Central issues: language versus culture, equivalence, loss and gain in translation, limits to translability, intra translability, translation as rewriting, new writing. Unit second, literary translation, translation, poetry, matter word verses and free verses, poetic dictation and imagery. Translation approach, tackling different styles and registers. Translation of fiction, establishing correspondence between models and types in the SL and TL. Translation drama, tackling drama, diction and performability. Unit third, translation of functional documents, optional notification, public awareness material. Translation of optional correspondence, request application memo, total legal documents, contracts and agreements. Translation of petitions, translation of court proceedings, testimonies, vertical. Unit 4, translation for the media, translation news reporters, translation advertisement, screenplays, translation radio and TV scripts, basic principles of subtitling. Option second, functional English linguistics. Unit first, linguistics scope branches. Origin of human language, properties of human language. Unit second, socio-linguistic communication, communicative competence, speech, community, language, variation, lexical, phonological, synetic, ideolytic, dialectic, and its types: isogloss, register, jargon, slang, zero. Belgialism, multilingualism, code mixing, code switching, language change. Unit third, key concepts: lingue and parole, competence versus performance, serial versus symbol, diachronic versus synchronic approaches, syntagmatic versus paradigmatic relationships, level of linguistic analysis, phonetic, phonology, phonemes and allophones, morphology, morphemes and allomorphs, word formation, inflection and deviation, word building processes. Unit 4th, evolution and development of English language, varieties of English, British, RP, American, NAM and Indian. Geography of tourism. Option first, unit first, definition and scope of tourism, geography. Unit second, components of tourism. Third, geographical attributes of tourism. Fourth, Bradley's theory of tourism development. Unit second, types of and forms of tourism. Second, concept of carrying capacity. Third part, sustainable tourism, environmental impact of tourism. Third, characteristics of Indian tourism, national tourism policy. Third, regional dimension of tourism, attractions, problems and perspectives of Indian tourism. Unit fourth, significance and potential of tourism in J&K, tourism flow and distribution pattern, pilgrimage tourism and adventure tourism in Jammu and Kashmir, problems and perspectives of tourism in J&K. Economic geography. Option second, create first, introduction to economic geography, factors influencing location of industry. Third, sector analysis of economic activity in India. Fourth, regional disparities in economic development. Create second, classification of industries. Second, heavy industries, petrochemical. Third, agro-based industries, cotton, textile and sugar. Fourth, locomotive industry. Grade third, globalization and privatization. Globalization and its impact on Indian economy. Third, concept of knowledge economy. Fourth, Emerging trends in Indian economic reforms post 1991 credit for the sectoral composition of economy of Jammu and Kashmir. Second, energy resources of J&K. Third, mineral resources of J&K. Fourth, contribution of handicrafts and cotton industry in employment generation in Jammu and Kashmir state. Islamic Saturdays, Islamic civilization under the Abbasids and Muslim Spain's first rise of Abbasids, political condition of Umayyad state on eve of Abbasid revolution. Second, establishment of Abbasid dynasty. Third, the golden age of Abbasid al-Mansur and al-Mu'min. Fourth, Abbasid administration, central judiciary and military. Second unit, social life, social structure. Second subtopic, development of education, art and architecture, industry and agriculture, intellectual and development of social and science and technology. Unit third, Islam in Spain, socio-political conditions of Spain on the eve of Muslim rule, establishment of Muslim rule in Spain. Abd al-Rahman first and Abd al-Rahman third, al-Hakim first and al-Hakim second, decline of Muslim rule in Spain. Unit fourth, cultural development in Muslim Spain, main feature of Hispano-Arab society. Second, contribution to art and architecture. Third, science and medicine. Fourth, history, geography and psychology. Islamic study, Islamic culture and society in Kashmir. Unit first, adventure of Islam in Kashmir, social conditions during 12th and 14th century. Political conditions during 12th and 14th century, regional conditions during 12th and 14th century. Unit second, establishment of Muslim Sultanates 1339 to 1470, development of art during Sultanate period, education and literature during Sultanate period. Unit third, Syed Bulbul Shah, life and contributions, Syed Ali Hamdani, Hamdullah, life and role, Sheikh Nuruddin Ali, life and teachings. Unit fourth, Sheikh Hamza Magdumi, life and role, Sheikh Yaqub Sarfi, life and works, influence of Central Asia and Iran on Kashmir society. Kashmiri literature unit option first, class की कौशर शायरी. Unit first, unit second, सूफी शायरी. Unit third, तर्जुमा. Unit fourth, कौशरिस अदबस मज कौशर. Kashmiri literature, literary criticism, तकाबली अदब माने मदात हद, रूमियत अमकी उसूल, अदबी अलामत अलामतियत, साख्तियात अख तारीफ. Mathematics, plane and solid geometry. Unit first, parabola, tangents, norms, pole and polar, pragmatic. आप खुद देख सकते हो सब टॉपिक्स. Equation of ellipsis, diameter, conjugate diameter and their properties, hyperbola, tangents and norms. Equation of hyperbola, reference to asymptotic axis, rectangular and conjugate diameter and their properties, tracing of coordinates. Unit second, sphere, radical plane, coaxial system, cone, vertex, guiding curve, geo. Generator, equation of cone and vertex as arch or a given vertex and guiding curve. Condition that the general equation of second degree should represent a cone. Necessary and sufficient conditions for a cone to have three mutually perpendicular generator. Cylinder, equation of the cylindrical hose generator interest a given conic are a parallel to given line enveloping cylinder of a sphere. Unit third, types of coincides, central coincides, tangents and tangent plane is direct sphere, normals to a space, polar and polar plane is enveloping and enveloping cylinder. The paraboloid is conjugate diameters and conjugate plane is plane section of a conicoid. Circular section of conicoid is umbilicus. Unit first, generating line is ruler surfaces, real ruler surfaces. Generator line is of hyperbolic paraboloid of the one sheet perpendicular generator. Generating line is of hyperbolic parabolic conicoid is through three green line hyperboloid. Host two generators are coordinate axes. Properties of a generating line. Mathematics, numerical analysis. Unit first, preliminaries of computing, basic concept around of errors, error in numerical calculations, absolute, relative and percentage error, general error formula, error in a series approximation, Taylor and Maclaurin's series approximation, convergence of a numerical solution, the bisection method, fixed point iteration and iteration method, assertion of conjugacy, Itkin's square process. Second, Newton-Raphson method, computing roots of algebra and transcendental equations, interpolation and polynomial approximation, finite differences, forward, backward, and central differences, symbolic relation and separate of symbols, Lagrange's interpolation formula. Unit third, numerical differentiation, errors in numerical differentiation, Newton's forward difference method, the cubic spline method, numerical integration, general quadrature formula, trapezoid rule, Simpson one third and 3/8 methods. Unit 4, solution of systematics of linear algebra equation using Gauss elimination and Gauss-Seidel methods, numerical factorization, eigenvalue problems, IVB problems for ODE, Euler's, Taylor's, and Rugg-Kutta methods, Biscard's iterative methods, approximation theory, least square approximation. Discipline specific electives, media script writing, writing for web. Unit first, understanding online media, overview of web writing, how to write an online news story. Unit second, online writing and editing, linear and non-linear online writing, writing techniques online. Unit third, basics of writing blogs, writing for news portal, writing for several media. Unit fourth, online convergence, ethical issue and online writing, gatekeeping, accuracy versus speed. Public administration, issues in public administration, accountability in public administration, parliamentary, executive, and judicial control over administration, intergity in administration, means and agencies for checking corruption and union and state level, emerging issues, good governance, right to information, consumers protection act 2005, fourth, political and permanent executive, journalists and specialist relation administration reforms, fifth, social perception issue of gender worker section in environment, sixth, growing role of civil or society organizations. Public administration option second, development planning in India. Development planning means and types, development planning tendencies of centralization and decentralization, Niti Aayog and its procedures, organization objectives, public sector and economic development role, problems and reforms, disinvestment and development, rational and issues, regulatory administration meaning and objectives, new public administration and policy process meaning and impact on social process, impact of decentralization developments. Philosophy, Indian philosophy option first, unit first, basic feature of Indian philosophy, karma, dharma, moksha. Unit second, philosophy of Veda, Rig, Yajur, Sama, Athurveda. Third, Upanishads, nature of ultimate reality. Unit second, Chakra, Veda, epistemology, ethics, Jainism, theory of knowledge, Buddhism, power by Four Noble Truths. Unit third, Nyaya, theory of knowledge, Vasika, theory of atoms, Sakya, Priti and Purusha, theory of causation. Unit fourth, Advaita, unqualified non-dualism, Visveda, qualification non-dualism, Kashmir Shivism, main features of Kashmir Shivism. Philosophy, Muslim philosophy, unit first, origin and development of Kalam, doctrines of mutualities, doctrine of Asharities. Unit second, origin and development of Tasawwuf, Sufism, Ibn Arabi, Wahdat al-Wujud, Sheikh Ahmad Sirhindi, Wahdat al-Suhud. Unit third, Al-Kindi, philosophy and regional, Ibn Sina, theory of examination, Ghazali, philosophical method. Unit first, Iqbal, concept of self, Shah Waliullah, emphasis on ijtihad, Sheikh Nur Deen Walir Malala majestical philosophy. Persian classical and modern Persian created first rasam as Fardasi Bad Noor Ruzi. Create second, create third आप सब topics देख लो. Create fourth, study of literary history of Seljuk period with specific reference to any eminent Persian poets like Sanai, Atar, Unuri. Organization philosophy. Unit option second. Unit first, introduction, organization philosophy and current status, challenges and opportunities. Unit second, work related attributes, job satisfaction, organization commitment, organization, citizenship, behavior. Unit third, work motivation theories, applications, Harbsjan's two-factor theory and me Cleland's need achievement theory. Unit 4, the leadership, contemporary perspectives on leadership, trial theories and behavioral theories. Leadership style is transformational, charismatic, translation, democratic, laissez-faire. Discipline specific elective option first is sociology, marriage, family and kinship. Unit first is basic concept is descent groups and language. B part clan, tribe and hereditary. Unit second, family, significance and types of family. B part challenge in the institution of family. Unit third, marriage, significance and types of marriage. B part changes in the institution of marriage. Fourth, kinship, types of kinship, primary, secondary, tertiary. D part kinship usages. Sociology, social movement is option second. Unit first, sociology of movement, definition, nature and scope. B part classification of social movement is. Unit second, theory of social movement is relative deprivation theory, conflict theory. Unit third, social movements in India, tribal movements, peasant movement, social reforms of movement, Arya Samraj, Brahmo Samraj. Unit fourth, new social movements, Dalit movements, B part Chipko movement. स्पोकन पर्शियन पर्शियन नॉवल एंड ड्रामा आप यूनिट फर्स्ट आप देख सकते हो. यूनिट फर्स्ट, यूनिट सेकंड, यूनिट थर्ड, यूनिट फोर्थ. Statistics Operation Research. Unit first, Operation Research or Introduction to Operation Research. It is development characteristics and spoke importance of Operation Research in industry, limitations of OR. Unit second, Linear Programming. Introduction to Linear Programming, concept of convex set, basic solution, feasible solution, feasible solution, optimum solution and slack and surplus variables in linear programming problems, mathematical formulation of LPP, standard form of LPP, geographical methods of solving LPP. Unit third, simple method, iterative nature of simplex method, computational details of simplex algorithm and summary, artificial variable techniques, two-phase and big M techniques for solving a general LPP. Unit fourth, transportation problem, mathematical formation and tabular representation, concept of feasible, basic, feasible and optimal solution with reference to TB method for finding initial basic feasible method solution, northwest corner rule, lowest cost entity, Vogel's approximation method. Statistical design of experimenters. Unit first, analysis of variable assumption and application, ANOVA for one-way and two-way classification using principles of LSE, ANOVA table. It is interpretation and related examples. Unit second, design of experiment, introduction terminology in experimental design, experimental unit, experimental error treatment, black blocks, replication, perception, contour map, yield, uniformity, trials, principles of experimental design, randomization, replication and local control, completely recommended design, CRD, layout analysis, advantages and disadvantages, recommended block design, RBD, layout analysis, advantages and disadvantages, RBD over CRD. Unit third, latent square design, LSD, layout analysis of maximum LSD for one observation per experimental unit, advantage and disadvantages, single missing observation analysis for LSD and RBD, relative efficiency of LSD and RBD, CRD. Unit 4, the factorial experiment, induction, main effects and interaction with reference to square and 2 cube factorial experiment analysis of 2 square and 2 cube 2 cube design Yates method of calculation factor effect totals and sum of square due to effects. Social work development of India unit first basic concept of economic growth and development advanced nations and least development countries LSD is development in a welfare state concept of social development. Unit second planning and development 5-year plans impedi- impediments to development processes poverty illiteracy per capita income PCI gross national product GNP gross domestic product GDP Human Development Index HDI. Unit 3rd NGOs and development nature and contribution of volume. Voluntary sector in development, rural development, urban development, poverty elevation measures. Unit 4th development at state level. Education and development, gender and development, development in Jammu and Kashmir, various development sectors of Jammu and Kashmir, tourism, handicraft, sheep husbandry, animal husbandry, agriculture. Welfare and management of marginalized population. Unit first classification, meaning of different groups, schedule caste, schedule tribe, other backward classes of minorities, demographic profile, constitutional provisions, and legislative measures. Unit second minorities, the National Commission for Minorities Act 1992 and its functions in safeguard the interests of minorities and national integration. Commission for Legislative Minorities. Unit 3rd Development Initiatives. First National Commission for the Schedule Caste, Schedule Tribe, Special Components Plan for the Schedule Caste 20-point programs. Unit 4th Development Initiatives. Second National Scheme of Liberalization and Rehabilitation of Severjan's implementation of 15-point reforms for the welfare of minorities, finance and development corporations. And discipline specific electives option first tourism and travel management social enterprising in tourism unit first communities of tourism indigenous people local communities indigenous tourism local community tourism colonization and indigenous people anglo-saxon countries Australia South Asia countries South America countries African countries unit second the current indigenous tourism industry tourism and indigenous culture cause of Aboriginal Australians tribes in Andaman and Nicobar, Maoris indigenous communities of Gurez, local communities of Pahalgam, Narang indigenous owned and managed tourism business main barriers to tourism enterprise development indigenous communities. Unit 3rd Social tourism enterprise a new business model components and characteristics of the model on global and local scale is the social enterprise plain norms and equality the product target market management strategies, the leadership, finances, market, and communications. Unit 4th Volunteer tourism, the world scenario of volunteerism, NPOs and NGOs in world tourism vendor, world tourism operation, orphan tourism, and problems with volunteerism. Tourism and travel management, tourism, geography, and map work. Unit first tourism geography and resource mapping in tourism fundamentals of geography importance of geography in tourism weather and climatic regions of world remote sensing and geographical information system and their application in tourism unit second map and its types map science and its role in tourism map reading scale of map and measurement of the distance on map use of conventional signs and symbols in map and science especially significant for tourism sector. Unit 3rd Understanding the world map, major latitudes, longitudes, water bodies, continents, and countries with respect to tourism, time zones, time difference, international dateline. Unit 4th Location of important typographic features on the map of India, location of important tourist cities, national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, culture, historical and regional tourist spots in India, strategy of climate, drainage, support, transportability map, road, air, water, and railway of India. Tourism and travel management, tourism product and typology. Unit first product meaning role and types. Product line, product mix, product life cycle PLC, new product management. Unit second tourism product elements and characteristics of tourism product classification of tourism product difference of tourism Product from other consumer products, tourism product life cycle. Unit 3, tourism product production and distribution system. Tourism as a package, product distinction as a product management. Product is product oriented package tourism. Unit 4, supply of tourism product patterns, characteristics. Pricing of tourism product and marketing strategy in tourism industry. Different categories of tourism product, nature and man-made. Urdu literature, Urdu history and criticism. Unit अव्वल, फोर्ट विलियम कॉलेज एक तारुफ, अलीगढ़ तहरीक एक तारुफ. यूनिट दूम, तरक्की पसंद तहरीक एक तारुफ, जदीद कार जहाँ एक तारुफ. यूनिट सोम, अदबी तनकीद तारुफ, अहमियत व अफादियत, तख्लीक और तनकीद का रिश्ता. यूनिट 4, हाली की तनकीदी निगारी, शुबली की तनकीदी निगारी. उर्दू लिटरेचर, उर्दू लैंग्वेज एंड लिटरेचर इन जम्मू एंड कश्मीर. ऑप्शन सेकंड. यूनिट फर्स्ट, रियासत जम्मू व कश्मीर में उर्दू ज़बान का आगाज़ व इर्तिका. रियासत जम्मू व कश्मीर में उर्दू ज़बान का सरकारी हैसियत. यूनिट सेकंड, रियासत जम्मू व कश्मीर में उर्दू नावल और अफसाना. रियासत जम्मू व कश्मीर में गैर अफसानवी नसर. यूनिट थर्ड, रियासत जम्मू व कश्मीर में उर्दू सहाफ़त, फोक, बजाज, शेम अहमद शमीम और ख्वाजा सनाउल्लाह बसियत सहाफ़ी. यूनिट 4, रियासत जम्मू व कश्मीर में उर्दू शायरी. मीर गुलाम रसूल नाज़की, रसा जावेदानी, हमद कश्मीरी, हकीम मंजूर और फरीद परबती की शायरी. अप्लाइड न्यूट्रिशन एंड डाइटिक्स, therapeutic nutrition. Unit first, introduction to diet therapy, basic concepts and objectives of diet therapy. Therapeutic modifications of normal diet, role of dietitians, hospital and community level, team approach in patient care, interpersonal relationship with patients. Unit second, principles of nutritional care, types of hospital diets, principles of planning a normal diet, routine hospital diet, liquid, soft and bland diets, nutritional support techniques, eternal and parenteral feeding, dietary management in surgery and burners. Unit 3, dietary management in febrile and gastrointestinal disorder, psychology of fever and metabolic changes, dietary management of typhoid and tuberculosis, etiology, symptoms, types, clinical features and dietary management of gastric and peptic ulcer, types, etiology, clinical features and dietary management of diarrhea, constipation, irritable bowel syndrome. Unit 4, the dietary management in weight imbalance and lifestyle disorder, importance of weight management, underweight and obesity, psychological complications, etiology and dietary management, types, etiology, symptoms, clinical features and nutritional management of diabetes, types, etiology, clinical features and dietary management of cardiovascular disease. Anthropology, Philanthropology. Unit first, introduction, aims, objectives and problems. Affinities of philanthropology with other disciplines, geology, earth science and archaeology. History, development of philanthropology. Fossils and their preservation and process of fossilization. Unit second, principles of strategy and correlation. Dating method, relative and chronometric dating. Brief account of Paleopithecus and Paleopithecus. Detailed description of Australopithecus and Neanderthal man. Unit 3, taxonomy and role of nomenclature, succession of life through ages with stress on Kenzoic era with reference to Pleistocene and Holocene, extinct primates and other related animals in Pleistocene, Glaciation, Shivalic group. Unit 4, nomenclature, stratigraphy, fauna and flora, Palanthropological significance of Shivalic, evolution of dentation with reference, special emphasis on primate detention, various standards in primate evolution, continental drift, food habits and alternative interpretation, etc. ये था बीए 5th सेमेस्टर का सिलेबस. अगले वीडियो में हम बीएससी का सभी सब्जेक्ट्स का सिलेबस कवर करेंगे 5th सेमेस्टर का. अगर आपको प्रीवियस ईयर पेपर चाहे सभी सब्जेक्ट 5th सेमेस्टर के तो आप प्लेलिस्ट में ज़रूर चेक करना. और अगर आप हमारा टेलीग्राम ग्रुप ज्वाइन करना चाहते हो तो डिस्क्रिप्शन में हमने उसकी लिंक ऑलरेडी दी हुई है. थैंक यू.